Tickets for John Cena's final match to be held at WWE Saturday night's main event live from Washington, D.C. went on sale this morning, and your boy is in. In this video, I'll take you through the entire ticket buying process, and we'll look ahead to what promises to be a very emotional weekend to close out 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, world? It's your boy Tommy on the spot for Watch Along Wrestling, and I'm a wrestling content creator from Long Island, New York. Thanks so much for checking out the video, and if it's your first time visiting the channel, welcome, and feel encouraged to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as we have a loaded finish to the year coming up as we bid farewell, at least from an in-ring perspective, to John Cena as his farewell tour is down to just 4 dates remaining. Under 2 months. It's unbelievable. Feels like just yesterday we kicked this off with the first Raw on Netflix. And for me, I kicked this tour off with John Cena at the Royal Rumble in 2025 in Indianapolis earlier this year. I was lucky enough to attend live. And I think going into that, it was great to have Cena back. I didn't know what to expect. I thought from a nostalgia lens, it's going to be great to have him back in the ring, having some dream matches to wrap up his career. Because if you think about it, Cena's 2022 to 2024 was kind of in and out. He was in and out. He wasn't really having the greatest of matches. He had that match where Solo Sikoa destroyed him, had that match at WrestleMania 39 with Austin Theory that was underwhelming. So I wasn't sure what we'd get from John Cena, but I think once he turned heel and from Elimination Chamber to SummerSlam, he's been the focal point of all things WWE. I think if you're a Cena fan, you couldn't have asked for more. And for me, I think the moment where I became fully invested in this farewell tour was over SummerSlam weekend. I had gotten to the Superstore early on Friday morning, and to just feel the excitement that everyone had to go to SmackDown prior to SummerSlam was just incredible. And I started to really get excited for that. And then to go to SummerSlam, to see the excitement everyone had when Cena kicked off that show, to be screaming, John Cena sucks. And then everyone in unison doing the John Cena intro with the never seen 17, only to have Cena then turn babyface and have everyone immediately embrace him with the champ is here, and if you want some, come, get some. And then you bleed that into the weekend with his incredible match with Cody Rhodes that I think was the make good from WrestleMania. I don't know if I loved the WrestleMania 41 main event. I didn't hate it, and I wasn't as hard on it as other people were. But for me, the dream match really was that babyface of the past in John Cena going up against the babyface of the current in Cody Rhodes. And so to have this match then take place at SummerSlam, I think him turning back and embracing the old John Cena and being a babyface again really amplified that main event and ended up being one of my favorite live matches I've ever been to. That moment where Cena's music comes and his Titantron comes up and you see the blank John Cena, and then it turns and you see all of it amplified with all the John Cena colors. Incredible. I mean, man, just so good. And so I was so glad to be there for that. And then that is when I got the bug. That's when I started thinking, why didn't I get that John Cena Royal Rumble t-shirt back in February? I went out and I got both John Cena shirts, and I started to really sort of look and see, all right, I'm loving this. I got to be at a couple more of these final dates. And in particular, I have got to be at the final show for John Cena. I thought it was obviously going to be in Boston. We talked about it in previous videos. I'll throw a link in the comment section if you want my thoughts on that. But once it was announced that it was going to be in DC, I'm obviously here in Long Island. That's a fun trip for the whole family to take. We could turn that into a weekend and be there for John Cena and his final show. I knew it was something I had to do, but I also knew it wasn't going to be easy. So with that being said, I did go ahead and secure tickets to the final John Cena appearance at MSG. I was stunned we were going to get one. It felt like that came out of nowhere, especially because I was at MSG on March 10th and John Cena wasn't there. And I thought, man, it really sucks Cena didn't get a last chance date here at MSG for his farewell tour. But au contraire, he will have that date, and I'll be there celebrating with him on November the 17th, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be great. Obviously, as we get closer to that, I'll do an I'm going to video, and we'll talk about it as it comes out. But then you come to today, and I knew this was going to be the hottest ticket to get. Not in a stadium. And you think about it, Cena starts off his tour in California, in LA. I really thought it would have been cool to have Cena finish his farewell tour, and have his final match be its own standalone premium live event. And to a certain extent, this Saturday night's main event is basically a premium live event. It's going to be on Peacock now. I assume they'll have more time for the Saturday night's main event, not being constrained to the time constraints of NBC. So I think that'll allow it to breathe a little more. And let's be honest here, the entire purpose of this is John Cena's last show. But I think it would have been really cool to have its own premium live event, and you do it sort of how The Shield did it. The Shield Last Stand, it could have just been called John Cena's Last Match. And it would have been really interesting, I think, if you held it at SoFi Stadium. I knew there'd be a lot of interest in this. I was not prepared for the insane amount of interest that this had here going into this particular show. There was something like 57,000 plus on the virtual queue to have the opportunity to go in and get John Cena tickets. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that there was a rush to go and get these pre-sale codes that WWE did not release until 10:30. So I started thinking, how am I going to get this? How am I going to get it on there for pre-sale? How am I going to get in at 10 a.m. with no pre-sale code in an attempt to get the tickets? Because I knew the tickets went on sale at 10 a.m. I didn't have any pre-sale code. It hadn't been released. So I went in and I decided to try AI. And I just went into AI and I said, give me any pre-sale code that exists for John Cena. You're getting some secrets here. I mean, this is why you sign up and you come and you subscribe to Watch Long Wrestling YouTube channel. No one else is giving this away. I went into AI and I said, hey, give me any pre-sale code that exists for John Cena's final show on December 13th. And lo and behold, they gave me the pre-sale code, all WWE, which is this code that WWE would go on to release at 10:30. So I had the code. I felt good. Logged in at like 9:55, joined the wait list, immediately was moved to the queue. It was about 600 people in front of me. Quickly got my opportunity to get in. Soon as I got in, it was like a huge rush of tickets going as quick as you possibly can. But I was able to secure a few tickets. So I did get 3. I think the plan right now is it's going to be myself, my wife, and my daughter. I guess my son, who's still an eensy-weensy, so he can come too. Maybe all 4 of us will go. But who knows? But we are going. We're set. John Cena's final match. I'll be there live for it. Very excited for it. Do I think WWE left money on the table? Honestly, these tickets were not cheap. The get-in price for these tickets listed on WrestleTix is $190. I did not see any $190 tickets. The cheapest tickets I saw were roughly $250, maybe even a little more. And then obviously with fees and all that, ended up being like $350. So that's the get-in price. I'm talking like nosebleed section. So these were a hot ticket to get. Obviously, WWE had bumped up the price of this so significantly because it's in an arena. They easily could have sold out, whether it be SoFi Stadium, whether it be, obviously FedEx Field will be a little chilly. I don't know if they have a roof or not, but wherever they decided to go, they could have sold this out. Could have done it at AT&T Stadium. They would have had 100,000 people easily. You consider the fact you had 57,000 people who were in line. They're not just buying one ticket. They're buying a few. And so they certainly could have done that in a stadium. But I think Andrew Bidella over on Twitter had a little video out earlier talking about how Washington, D.C. had won the rights to this. There was actually a bidding war for this show to be able to host the show. And so Washington, D.C. had won the right for it. They know that's going to be a major tourist destination. And so with them doing that, the best place they decided to hold the show was in their arena over there. I think it's Capital One Arena. And with that being said, that ticket then needed to be adjusted, right? You think back to like even WrestleMania 20. Tickets for WrestleMania 20 way more expensive per seat at the time than tickets would be at WrestleMania 23 because you're doing it at MSG as opposed to Ford Field, which had many, many more seats. So do I think they left money on the table? I think it ended up balancing itself out. But at the same time, I do think it's going to be fun. It's crazy to think you're all going to be in an arena for this final match of John Cena's. And now for me, I've got 2 coming up. Got MSG, got DC, strongly considering Boston. Maybe I take it easy, who knows. But Boston would be a fun weekend too to be there. Cena's hometown would be fun for his final tour as well. But this tour is it's captivating. I've loved every minute of it. Having your own set of merch, having your own spinner belt for each city that they've gone. Been a lot of fun. It's going to be crazy when Cena does hang it up because right now, I think he's really transitioned out of the title picture after SummerSlam, but clearly his spot on each one of these shows is still so significant and such a big deal that there's going to be a bit of a void now without him post the farewell tour. WWE will figure it out. Still got a lot of big names there. But it's going to be an emotional time. I'm excited I'm going to get to be there. Should be a fun weekend, too. I heard Undertaker is doing a live podcast. So I guess 6 Feet Under at the Howard Theater the night before. So who knows if he has Cena on that show. But you know me, I love to squeeze in as much wrestling as I could. Hopefully there'll be a Superstore there. Should be a lot of fun. And Cena deserves a good send-off. I'm glad that I'll be able to be there for it. Let me know in the comment section if you will be there for it. And if so, maybe we'll be able to say hello. Until next time, everybody, this has been Tommy on the Spot, and I will catch you all in the next video, which I promise will be very soon. Take care.